Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. Yeah, it is apparent that I was called out on an emergency call because these batteries are not charging or something is not right. This bell started going off, this alarm saying that the batteries aren't charging. That should be up higher. That should be like 20 something, 19. And yeah, engine's in trouble. So I'm gonna check the water, although I just filled it up. So it can't have too much water, can it? I don't know, I just filled this batteries up to the top. So we're gonna take the caps off and see how much water is in here. Distilled water. So it's gotta be distilled water. Let's open these up and see what's in there. Okay. Whenever you're working with battery acid or anything like that, I want to put on these gloves. Let's see what we got here. It should be full of water. Full. Okay, I'm not going to have you sit here and look at all of these, but I'll give you one little example of what I'm talking about. I don't like to touch my phone with this stuff on my hands, but there you go. So I'm going to check all these, and you can see that the water's up there to the top, and it's bubbling a little bit, so I don't know what that means. All right, let's check all the water. We'll check these connections. They seem tight. I don't know. All right. Darn it. Now what? Now I gotta save this glove. Kind of hard to save. Like a one-use thing. All right, let's check the rest of these. Yeah, you can see. Let me zoom in for you. See that water? Whoa. See how it's bubbling? So all the connections are free of corrosion. So I don't know. Let's check them all and see what happens. Well, howdy ho, good neighbor. So, I think they have a bad battery. So what you just saw in the time lapse is I checked all the fluids and those were good and full. So we might have a bad battery. What I did in the time lapse video is, here's what I did. This is like a little troubleshooting. My boss told me there was battery number 1 that was bad. So I reversed the cables. I took the cables from battery number 1 and put them on the battery number 2. And I put battery number 2 cables on battery number 1. So we're gonna come back in a day or two and check this alarm panel and see what it says. Let's open it up, touch it. And look at that. It says it's good. Wow. So did I really just fix something? Wow. I might have just fixed something. All I did was switch the cables around. So does that tell me? Maybe they got bad cables? I shouldn't touch my face. I just was touching the acid. I washed my hands, but I feel like I'm still full of battery acid. All right, well, let's take one more gander. Yeah, that thing is not in trouble anymore. And it was in trouble when I got here. So we'll see what happens on Tuesday when I run this thing. All right. That is good news. Maybe just one of the connections were loose. But they were tight when I pulled it off. I don't know. There's always something. You know, by the time I get home, yeah, that's going to be a 4-hour tour. So, yeah, this is not close to home. This is a long way away. All right, well, let's end this video with a proper screenshot of those batteries. I always forget to do that. I forget to get a screenshot. So when I put out a YouTube video, I have a good, interesting screenshot. But this isn't a professional operation, you know that. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these. Yeah, it's fixed adventures. It's fixed for now. As soon as I pull away, that bell is going to start going off. All right, well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these fire pump, diesel battery, low voltage adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. Boy, does it feel good to fix something. The problem is, I don't know what I did. As usual. All right, screenshot. Should it be that or that? Or all of that?